X minus H. So how would you write that
Thank you.
in those numbers?
Thank you. Thank you. Okay. We do need to wrap up discussion, and we only have about 6.5 minutes, so I need y'all to focus on this. We're only going to go over A right now. We're going to come back to it, but a lot of us need to take some notes. First things first, look at A, or look at part A. A lot of us are forgetting to go back to the basics. We just talked about on the linear and exponential equations understanding check that you first need to identify what?
It's just the function.
So the type of function, right? Well, the fact that I have a vertex tells me it's what? Quadratic. And then you need to identify the equation. Since it's a vertex, what should I use?
A multiplied by X minus H
Square plus K.
I want you to notice, once again, and I did this on the understanding check, I'm going to do this here. I'm not going to plug anything in right away. I'm going to write my equation. Start with that equation. You don't have to, but this is going to help you. It's going to show me clear and convincing evidence that you understand what's happening. Because when I look at this equation, what values do I already know immediately from part A?
H and K.
Remember, the vertex is H, comma, K. And I'm labeling those things. And now I can substitute those values in.
-4.
Okay, so X minus what?
-3.
-3.
So let's replug.
Alright. Remember, everything with the H and is the opposite, right? Remember, the X plus 3 is what tells me it was originally -3.
+4.
Plus 4. Again, I haven't plugged in or substituted in X or Y yet. I've just written the equation with H and K. Notice, I'm actually almost done with this equation. What's the only thing I'm missing?
The point.
No point.
The point.
Say it again. I'm missing A. I'm going to use that point
Yeah, to get
to
A.
solve for A, but the only thing I'm actually missing is A. So, you're right, I can use this point. -4 is an,
X.
1 is a.
Y.
Please notice, you cannot substitute that in for H and K. You would substitute that in for X and for Y. Now, we don't actually have a Y up here. Where would that Y go?
F of X.
F of X is my
Y.
Y, my output.
-4 +3 squared +4.
Plus 4.
And I want you to notice, because someone said earlier, like, well, so we're not really solving for A. Once you substitute your point and your vertex in, can you solve for A at this point?
Yes, sir.
Yes. What should I do first?
-4 plus 3.
-4 +3.
Remember, I'm always going to simplify before I start to use my inverses. I am always going to simplify before I start to use those inverses. A times, what's -4 plus 3?
-1 squared.
+4.
Plus 4. Then you
And then
minus
subtract 4 on
sides.
both sides.
Even before I do that. Remember, I
Oh,
said
you
I'm
gotta
gonna-
change your
now,
1 to positive.
I want to point out, can I subtract 4? 100%. But I'm going to simplify first. What's -1 squared?
1.
1.
Right? I'm
Oh,
going to
so-
simplify.
So we don't leave the square in there.
No.
No, I'm trying to solve for A.
Okay.
So I don't need the square.
Okay, you're right. Yeah, you're right. I thought you keep the square in there.
No
Now, to
subtract.
go back over some important language, I heard some people talking about subtracting 4. Why subtract 4?
Because you have to get rid of the.
You need to get her. You need to do 1 then because you're trying to get rid of A, right? Well, you're trying to figure out
Well,
something.
that's going to happen later, but inverse to create a what? An identity, right? What is 4 minus 4?
0.
That's a 0, right? I'm creating that additive identity. It's right back there, okay? Creating that additive identity. Why do I need to subtract 4 on both sides? The properties of equality create what? An important type of equation. No. Which is going to get us to our solution, but remember, I'm using a property of equality to create this type of equation. They look different, but they're still the same.
Equivalent.
There we go. Remember, the whole thing is, I want an equation that looks different, but it's still the same. It needs to be equivalent. 1 minus 4, -3, equals A times 1.
Divide by 1.
Divide by 1.
Do I really need to divide by 1?
No.
I mean, you already know.
Yeah, what's A times 1?
-3.
No, what's A times 1?
One.
One.
I mean, A.
Hey.
A.
I'm listening to
So, A is -3. Now I have that equation. A is
-3.
-3 parentheses x plus 3 squared plus 4. Done.
I was getting in the right direction.
We'll get more practice with this moving forward. Hopefully this makes a little bit of sense. No, f of x equals, remember we, erase that vertical line there.
That's a what?
I know, that's not supposed to be there.
I'm saying I already erased it.
It still looks like it's there.
Stop.
Tomorrow we're going to work with how does it grow. So work on linear, exponential, quadratic functions. We'll finish this first, but at 6.6, how does it grow? We'll work with that all day. Nope, I lied. We gotta do stuff with quadratic equations tomorrow. We'll do an understanding check on solving writing the equation for quadratics, identifying the different features from the equation. So everything from that lesson 4 that we just kind of wrapped up, or we'll wrap up tomorrow, we have an understanding check on Wednesday. We'll have extra practice on Wednesday, and then what was the other thing I was going to say? And then a test on Friday is the plan. This Friday is the plan. Which grades?
All the grades.
This weekend, hopefully. We'll see. Please notice we do have the graphic organizer that's due tomorrow. A lot of us need to finish up all the graphic organizers. We got some Mathia. If you want to come in during enrichment and work on Mathia, I got the laptop cart. You can do that. Just let me know. Yeah, just the first blue page. Because we haven't gotten to the second one yet. Just the back, yes.
So it's alright? Good? The phone fitting now?
Say that one more time. What about it? Yeah. So there's been 2 graphic organizers. There was a white one that was called Foundational Concepts. No, you try to give it to the front office, and then they will write a note saying, hey, you have excused absences, and then you give that to me. Okay? Yeah. Yes, the hours are right up there. Okay. What were you asking? Yes, there's a white one that was called Foundational Concepts, and there's like solving equations, stuff like that, and there's a blue one that was linear, exponential, and quadratic functions. Yeah. So do you have all the graphic organizers? Okay. So what the idea is that you go back to your notes and you explain what those concepts mean. I'll send out a student's example. I don't want to do that because it was not working. The videos are on YouTube where I explained how to do them, but basically the idea is you write all the notes you can explaining what those concepts mean, and then I'll give you feedback if I see any mistakes or anything you might want to add. And that's why I have y'all turn them in, so I can give you feedback to improve your understanding. Okay? Yes, ma'am.
What do I need to cash out for this?
Same stuff. That help you learn names a little bit better? Good. Hopefully some of them. Highly done will not be this week. Actually, that's clearly actually. Maybe her stepdad. Somebody tested positive or something like that. All that stuff. This is third. I stacked it all together. You in the back, the other understanding check. Y'all, please get your name cards out. It helps make sure that each of you learn each other's names. I'm not convinced that you do because I don't hear you use each other's names at all. Get those name cards out. I have